Why I Left. A letter to my still believing friend. By now you probably know I've stopped going to church. Yeah, it's shocking. It surprises me sometimes too. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Having been a member all my life, I know what's probably being said about me in the back of the chapel and in ward councils, that he didn't have a faith or he wanted to sin. But we've known each other for a very long time, and I'd like you to give me a fair chance to explain what really happened. I didn't leave the church because I didn't believe, and to this day I still don't want to sin. The truth is, I left because I wanted to be honest with myself. I think you'd agree that for my whole life, I've been a Mormon's Mormon. I never missed church. I didn't cuss. I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in tithing. I didn't even drink caffeine. I served an honorable mission. I got married in a temple. I held all the callings. I did my genealogy. I did all the things, even when no one was looking. The church wasn't just part of my life, it was my life. But then I started to realize things, to see things that I couldn't unsee. I guess it started when our oldest son told us that he had become an atheist, and I wondered, how could our God judge him for honestly not believing, when I myself still loved him just the same? Was I more loving than God? Then I did a deep dive into polygamy and the racist ban of black people from our temples. Again, why did our God hate some people and favor others? And finally, it ended when I tried to really understand Christ's teaching to love everyone as ourselves. And I realized that hierarchies, such as the churches, which place some people in great power and authority over others, felt to me like the opposite of the Christ that I was coming to know. And at that time, the facade, which had been my entire life as an LDS member, came crashing down. And so I had to make a decision. For a while, I kept going to church, doing my callings, pretending that all was well in Zion. I wanted to keep our family together, to hold on to my friends, my whole world. But I started having panic attacks at night. The cognitive dissonance in my soul brought me to believe that death would be a black void because I was living a lie. I was the ultimate Pharisee and hypocrite because I was acting the part outwardly, while inwardly I was believing that it wasn't true. And so I left. Choosing to be honest with myself about the church is probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I lost touch with most of my family and almost all of my LDS friends. I was sent out into the wilderness without a compass or a map, and at first I was scared and lonely and lost. But something amazing happened. I found new friends, a new direction, and even a new kind of faith. One that is personal and strange for sure, but real, at least to me. As I make my life over again post-LDS, I don't expect you to approve, but I do hope you'll understand. And wherever life takes us both, now and in the future, I'd love to still call you friend.